A very good morning to all our live viewers. We are back in the Super Sunday, in fact, in Super Saturday, with the first match of the day Kosmos Titans taking on White Walkers. Coin toss falling in favor of Titans. They have opted to ball first. It's a very good conditions for cricket to be played. Good cloud cover, wind flowing nicely, very chilled weather. Back of a length delivery, punched off the back foot. Good fielding by Sumit in his follow through. Sumit with the ball in hand for Titans, whereas Abhinav and Aman Saini are the two openers out in the center for White Walkers. Abhinav, the batter, facing with the batter's right hand. In fact, right hand left hand combination at the top. Once again, shorter in terms of length, looking to pull. Ball arrived late there, held up in the surface. Batter early into the shot doesn't get the connection right. It's a dot ball. Sumit, the right hand batter, on strike for White Walkers. 114 matches for him, 96. In fact, Abhinav, the batter, on strike, 7 matches, 260 runs, averaging 43 strike rate. Very healthy. Oh, 1 foot that's in the air, but lands in no man. First runs with the bat for White Walkers coming off the blade of Abhinav, who gets off the mark with not a very convincing manner, but he'll take it. 7 matches for Abhinav, 260 runs, averaging over 43 strike rate, over 120. Now the man marking his guard is Aman Saini, is a left-hander, very experienced batter. Aman Saini, 206 matches, 2,725 runs, averaging just under 19, strike rate in excess of 125 for Aman Saini. Sumit, so good so far. 114 matches for him, 96 wickets, economy 7.73, best figures of 4 for 31. Now he's changing his end. He's coming around the wicket for the left-hander bat. Two without any loss. White Walkers inside the first over. Cut away. Aerial. But there is a fielder in the deep. So Aman will get himself off the mark straight away. Ball came on the bat very nicely from this angle. Well, it's holding up in the surface at that area around good length and short of good length for the right-hander. Field completely changes for the right-hander. Last ball of the over, three without any loss. White Walkers punched away off the back foot. Will they look for the quick single? No. Good fielding in the inner circle at mid off. Three without any loss after one. White Walkers after being put into bat first by Titans. Pushpendra to share the new ball. with Sumit. He's a left arm medium pacer. Pushpendra will be operating over the wicket. Well, that ball shaped away from the left-hander. Good signs for the bowler, but it's been given as a wide. Wide to start off for Pushpendra. 10 matches, 13 wickets, economy under 6. Best figures of 3 for 4. He starts off with a wide, but he'll pitch it up. He's not quick through the air, but he's very effective as he'll get the ball to move. Pushpendra heavily relies on the swing. He's got a very slingy action, delivers the ball very low arm. Ball will skid off the surface more often than not for Pushpendra. He doesn't bang in the surface. He likes to ball it full, invite the batter to play on the front foot. Look for swing. Well, that's a good delivery, attacking the stumps, pitching on middle, and then straightening up. Abhinav does exceedingly well, plays it with the soft hand and through for a single. This is good bit of batsmanship. Both the batters looking to get themselves in, having a good look at the surface, getting to the pace that is on offer from the surface. Well, that's in the air. Will that carry? Yes, it does. Well, Aman Saini looking to cut hard, gets the bottom half of the bat. Sumit in the point does exceedingly well. He had to dive in. He had to get low. He does to perfection and gets the ball underneath his fingers. First one down for White Walkers in the very second over. Well, the left-hander strikes. White Walkers 6 for 1 after 1.3. A right-hander now in place of the lefty Aman Saini. Saurabh 21 in at number 3 for White Walkers. He's got good experience under his belt. Saurabh looking to attack the stumps, drifting down the leg on that occasion. Pushpendra, match official says wide. Score moves to 7. 220 matches for Saurabh. 2083 runs, averaging over 12. Strike rate just under 95. Well, that's driven on the up. Will that bait mid off? No, it doesn't. Good fielding by the fielder at in the inner circle. Well, he moved very quickly towards his right and released the ball quickly. Initially, Saurabh Was looking for the single, but he was sent back by Abhinav at the non-striker. Rightfully, it's a dot ball. 4 runs and a wicket so far in this over. Two deliveries yet to be bowled. That's a length delivery. That's in the air. Fielder there in the deep. But the ball will not carry to the deep fielder. Well, that's very good bowling. That was on the length. Saurabh just lifting that one, getting nowhere near to the pitch of the ball. Fortunate for him that it just lands before the deep fielder was charging in for the catch. Good bowling from Pushpendra. 5 and a wicket so far of this over. Last ball. Well, that ball held in the surface. Batter was way early into the shot. A sloppy walk there at the short third. It should have been dot ball. A misfield helps the batter cross over for a single. An eventful second over. 6 runs and a wicket coming off the second over. Well, White Walkers 9 for the loss of 1 after 2. Sumit to continue after excellent first over. Well, that's in the air. Played off the back foot. A quick single. A good throw, but the batter making his ground comfortably. Well, that was nothing short of shot there from Abhinav. That ball was banged into the surface at the 6 meter mark. Got at good height, but pace not enough for Abhinav. Well, this has been a problem. This is looking problematic for White Walkers. Ball not coming nicely off the surface. Well, that looked very adjacent. Well, Saurabh on that occasion was hanging off the back foot. That ball was pitched up from Sumit and he gets the reward. Saurabh plumb in front, no hesitation in the umpire's mind. Second one down in a blink of an eye. White Walkers 10 for the loss of 2 after 2.2. New batter in is Sanjay Parekh. Sanjay Parekh in at number 4 for White Walkers. In way early than he would have loved to. He's a very experienced batter. Well, that's in the air. Leading edge and taken. Well, Sanjay in now has to walk back. Looking to work the ball on the onside. Gets a leading edge. A simple of catch for the bowler in his follow through. Had to move couple of yards away towards his left. But it was ballooned in the air. Bowler had ample of time to get underneath the ball and takes it nicely. Well, third one down for White Walkers inside the third over. 10 for 3 after 2.3. Back to back wickets for the bowler. Sumit ball, balls exceedingly well. In the first over, only concedes 3. Then in his second over, already gets 2. 3 deliveries yet to be bowled, but he's got 2 wickets in 3 deliveries. Back to back wickets. It will be a hat trick ball for Sumit. White Walkers in all sorts of trouble as they're 3 down inside 3 overs. 10 for 3 after 2.3. New batter in is Praneeth in after the departure of Sanjay, who's failed to open his account, gone on Golden Duck. Sanjay dismissed by Sumit. Well, this is a hat trick ball. He goes full. Praneeth does well to keep it out. Right hand batter Praneeth in at number 5 for White Walkers. 62 matches for him, 181 runs, averaging just under 7, strike rate just under 70. 1.4 overs, 4 for 2 so far for Sumit. Well, that's a beautiful length. Hitting the bat hard there. Praneeth just playing it with the soft hands. Excellent second over from Sumit. He's backed his good economical first over with couple of wickets in his second over. 1.5 overs, 4 for 2. Last ball. Well, Praneeth advancing well. He was out for a walk there. Hit it straight to the square leg fielder and looking for the quick single. Abhinav not at all interested, not at all responding. Well, that was a suicidal from Praneeth. There was a no run there, but he went for the run. He went charging for the run. He was halfway mark, nowhere in the frame. By the time wicketkeeper dislodges the bail, fourth one down for White Walkers in a blink of an eye. Pushpendra, the man in the square leg, makes no mistake, gets the ball to the wicketkeeper back very quickly at a very good height, just close to the right at the top of the stumps. Good carry and a clean run out for Cosmos Titans. Well, the fourth one bites the dust for White Walkers. Only 10 on the board, 10 for 4 after 3 overs. Well, there's been chaos out in the center for White Walkers. They love to settle the ship. Both the batters, as they are already 4 down. Pushpendra will continue. Well, that's in the air and taken. Well, fifth one down. Abhinav, the man dismissed, looking to cut off the back foot. That was played aerial and carried comfortably to Nitin at the point. Well, what's happening for White Walkers? Half of the teams dismissed for just 10 on the board. 10 for 5 after 3.1. New batter in is Sayan in at number 7. Well, Pushpendra getting the second wicket with the first ball of his second over. 1.1 over, 6 for 2 for him. Well, both the new ball bowlers getting couple of wickets. Abhinav. Well, he should have tried to keep that one down. That ball held up in the surface. Abhinav could not control that shot. Just loops in the air and comfortably carries to the back foot point. Nitin makes no mistake. Sayan now marking his guard. He's a very experienced batter too, but plenty of work that is need to be done. Well, that's very full delivery and goes through the defense. Well. Pushpendra with a in swinger. Very full delivery. Sayan looking to drive. Gets completely done through with the swing. Ball hitting the timber behind. Sayan, who was in, now goes back. Doesn't bother troubling the scorers. He goes for a golden duck. 10 for 6 White Walkers after 3.2. New batter in is Avinil Kunda in at number 8 for White Walkers. Avinil Kundu, 28 matches for him, 250 runs, averaging just under 14, strike rate in excess of 102. Once again, coming in sharply after pitching. This time, Avinil covered the line of the ball nicely and defends it. Wicketkeeper bowler all very excited with that delivery coming back in at the stump sharply. This good control from Pushpendra Meena. He's beautifully getting the ball to tail in and bowling it with good control. Well, outside edge, ball to the short third fielder. They're looking for a quick single. Well, they'll get it. Amartya Bharadwaj at the non-striker end called for that one, and he makes his ground comfortably. Left-hander Amartya Bharadwaj, a very experienced batter too. 167 matches for him, on the verge of getting to 3,000 runs. Very healthy average of 26 strike rate. Just over 125 for Amartya Bharadwaj. He was in at number 6. 11 for 6 now, White Walkers after 3.4 overs. Both the batters very capable. They need to stitch in a partnership. They are 6 down. Well, this time Pushpendra getting greedy, trying to start off the stumps. Drifts one down the leg. That's been called as a wide. Score moves to 12. Both the batters just need to slow the things down. The losing wicket. Every now and then, every ball is an eventful one. They need to respect the condition. It's swinging nicely, good cloud cover, wind flowing nicely, very helpful conditions to ball at. Amartya defending off the back foot, straight to the point. That's a dot ball. 1.5 overs, 8 for 3 for Pushpendra Meena. Well, both the open bowlers for Cosmos Titans very different. Sumit likes to bowl in the surface, whereas Pushendra loves to bowl very full and get the ball to swing away. Drifted down the leg. That's been given wide. Pushpendra looking for the dream delivery, looking to start off, pitch it in line of stump, middle and leg, then hit the off stump. That's a very hard delivery to execute, but he's looking for that one at the moment. Did not get it right so far. Last ball of the over. Well, that's a good delivery attacking the stump. Amartya was looking for the quick single but sent back by Avini led the non-striker. 3 runs and a couple of wickets. A fourth over by Pushpendra Meena. After 4, 13 for the loss of 6. White Walkers. First change for the bowling team. Rajesh now with the ball. He is a right arm medium pacer. 186 matches for him. 140 wickets. Economy just over 8. Best figures are 4 for 23. They could have continued with Sumit. but they have employed Rajesh into the attack. And that's a very full delivery, swinging away from the right-hander. Avnil tentatively defends off the front foot. Well, that's a dot ball to start off. Rajesh will be very confident as the team has got already 6 wickets. He'll look for the swing. He'll ball up. Once again, very full delivery. Avni looking to drive. Gets beaten on the outside edge. Well, as I said, Rajesh not shy of pitching it up, inviting the batter for the big shot. There's a fielder behind in the sweeper cover region. Sweeper cover and deep mid wicket. Two square fielders outside, right at the edge on the boundary. This time looking to attack the stumps. Drifts one down. That's been declared as wide. Score moves to 14. Avinil Kunda and Amartya Bharadwaj. Right hand, left hand combination. In the center for White Walkers. Amartya, in fact, Avinil looking to drive. Gets beaten. This is good from Rajesh. He's bowling it full. Getting the ball to curve away for the right hander. He's asking the questions. Avinil at the moment not getting better of the bowler so far. This time slightly dragged his length back. Avinil does best. Just cuts it off the back foot but doesn't find the gap. Point fielder does exceedingly well. That's a dot ball. Keeps the batter to not. Well, these are very tricky conditions to bat on. Once again, shot. This time, a convincing stroke from Avinil, pulling it well in front of mid wicket, just away from the long on. In fact, mid on fielder. That's a first shot of authority from White Walkers. Avinil with the boundary. Rajesh, not the quickest of the bowler, banging one into the surface. That ball hold up in the surface and stood up nicely for Avinil, who waits beautifully, then pulls it well in front for a boundary. This time drives, but straight to the short cover. That was a very good looking shot, but for not. 5 runs coming off the fifth over. White Walkers 18 for the loss of 6. Another change in the bowling attack. Suman now gets the ball. He is a medium pacer too, preferring to operate around the wicket for the left-hander. Suman starts off with a good delivery, punched off the back foot but straight to the point. Dot ball to start off his spell. 87 matches for Suman, 76 wickets. Economy just over 8. Best figures of 6 for 30. Full delivery. Amartya drives but straight to the mid off fielder. That's a dot ball. This is good from Titans. Once again drives but straight to the point. Chance of a run out. Good throw at the non-striker end. But good calling this from the striker. Amartya Bharadwaj. Avinil Kunda at the non-striker was very keen to get on the strike. But Amartya Bharadwaj called early, send him back in time. Titans are all charged up. Well, that's a very short delivery, short and wide. That's been given as a wide by the umpire. Score moves to 19. Amartya Bharadwaj looking to play at that one. That was a chance for the batter to score, but still it's a wide. This time, cut away. Will they look for the quick single? Yes, they do. A slight misfield in the gully. That's enough for both the batters to cross through for a single. 20 is up for White Walkers with that single. 20 for the loss of 6 after 5.4. Power play clearly belongs to Cosmos Titans. They have not only kept things quiet, they've got 6 wickets. They have got more than the half team out inside the power play. 5 of 8 for Avinil, whereas 1 of 6 for Amartya Bharadwaj. Punched off the back foot. Well, good running. Fielder at the cover point was right at the edge. So both the batters are running quickly and making the ground with ease. This is good cricket. This is what they need to do. Look to score singles. Try to stitch in a partnership. A quiet few overs from here on will be a good thing for White Walkers without losing a wicket. Once again, played with the soft hands. By the time mid wicket fielder comes in, they are through for a single. 4 runs coming off the sixth over. Power play done and dusted. White Walkers 22 for the loss of 6 after 6. Rajesh to continue. 1 over 5 for none for him so far. Now into his second over. Well, now field well spread out. As the power play has been completed, no more fielders outside the circle. Well, that's a steep bounce for Rajesh at the good length, and that ball almost coming at the chest height for the left-hander, who does exceedingly well to stay on the top of the bounce. Amartya looking to drive on the up. That ball ballooned in the air and a safe catch in, inside the circle. Kaushal Rajput there in the inner circle makes no mistake. Amartya looking to play on the front foot. That ball was not there. That ball hold up in the surface. Only he could do that. Hold out to mid off fielder. Seventh one down for White Walkers. 22 for 7. Amartya Bharadwaj dismissed cheaply. New batter in is MS in at number 9 for White Walkers. 79 matches for MS. 372 runs, averaging just under 17. Strike rate 106.59 for MS. Rajesh Mandal getting his first wicket. Well, that's way outside off stump. MS should not be playing at that delivery, but he tentatively pokes at that one very close to an outside edge. Well, that's a dot ball. A good over. This from Rajesh Mandal, giving away 5 runs in his first over. Excellently backed up by second. Doesn't concede a run so far. Slightly in the air. Yes and a no. Mix up at the non-striker end. Throw was wide off the bowler. Well, MS gets off the mark, but in a very streaky fashion. Bowler should have been coming behind the timber. He was well in front of the wickets. Once again, the ball bounced extra, hitting at the shoulder of Avinil, hitting at the shoulder of Avinil Kunda's bat, in fact. Well, it's really hard to play on the rise on this kind of surface where the bowlers are getting extra bounce. Ball not just bouncing extra, holding a bit in the surface. as it's a monsoon season. It drizzled in the last night. Well shot and cut away off the back foot. Work to be done in the deep sweeper cover region. Fielder does exceedingly well and keeps the batter to one. 2 runs and a wicket coming off the seventh over by Rajesh Mandal. 24 for the loss of 7 White Walkers after 7. Suman will continue into his second over. 1 over, 4 for none so far for Suman. This is very good field setup from Titans. They've got more fielders inside the circle. Well, that's a big wide. Well, Avinil chasing that one. These are not the good signs for the batting team. Batters losing their patience in these tricky conditions. Not the right thing to do. They need to bat more patiently. They need to take the match deep. Look to bat throughout the 20 overs. They need to bat on from at least they need to bat on for at least 6 to 8 overs from here on. Then look for some total. They are already 7 down. They have only 3 wickets in the bucket. Both the batters should operate very patiently. This is good from Titans. On the other hand, bowling very full, inviting the batters for shots. MS just plays that one with the soft hands. These are not the ideal conditions to bat on. Good cloud cover, surface, helping the fast bowlers to get some extra bounce. This time he plays straight. Suman misfields in his follow through. That should have been a dot ball. He misfields. Is looking in some pain. He might have hurt his finger there in the process of fielding the ball. Well, with that single, score moves to 27. Avinil Kundu will hold the key. Well, will they look for the sharp single? No, they are sent back. A sharp throw from the point fielder, no one backing up there. By the time long on fielder comes to the ball, both the batters cross through for a single. This is good. Someone not very quick through the air, but very effective with his line and length. 1.4 overs, 8 for none. He hasn't got a wicket yet, but he's kept things tight. Well, Hoik across the line from MS gets a good piece of the bat. Ball moves to the deep fielder. It's a single. Five runs so far of the over. Last ball of the over. Well, that's in the air. Well, a better effort required in the follow through. Suman almost got to the ball. He should have been diving in for the catch. Nonetheless, it's a dot ball. That's an awkward bounce. It's hard to control that sort of bounce from the surface. 5 runs coming off the 8th over. 29 for the loss of 7 White Walkers. Sumit now back into the attack. Well. He did not continue for his third over in his first spell, but now he's back. 2 overs, 4 for 2 so far for Sumit. That was a full delivery, beautifully driven on the up. This is good from MS. That was a very good shot, very well controlled shot. Full on the pads, drifting down the leg. That's been signaled as leg by. That ball was very full, but that ball was always going down the leg. Good decision by the umpire. Score moves to 31. Well. What a delivery that was from Sumit. MS looking to play on the front foot. That length was not there to be played on the front foot. He should have been hanging back for that sort of length. That ball beats the outside edge by not much. 2.4 overs. 5 for 2 so far for Sumit. He set the tone right for the Titans. Once again, hike across the line from MS. Well, that's not the right thing to do. He was giving charge to the bowler, came down the track looking for the big shot as the fielder in the short mid wicket is inside the circle. He was brought inside the circle. They wanted the batter to go over that fielder. Well, this time drives beautifully. This is much better, much convincing stroke. Played all along the carpet. So 3 runs coming off the ninth over by Sumit. White Walkers 32 for the loss of 7. 32 for 7 after 9. Well, another introduction in the bowling attack. Now Junaid Khan with the ball starts off with a good delivery, beats the outside edge. Dot ball to start off his spell. 140 matches for Junaid, 99 wickets. Economy just over 8, best figures of 3 for 13. He's a very good middle order bowler. Operates in the middle overs. Well, swings across the line. Batter misses, so does the wicket keeper. That's sloppy work there by the wicket keeper. Well, that's 4 buys. A gift for White Walkers. They'll take it. Score moves to 36. MS swinging on the regular basis, but hasn't got a good result so far. He needs to bat on patiently. He needs to rotate strike on regular basis instead of going for shots. Well, once again, swing and a miss. Ball holding in the surface. They need to bat out this over. Walkers. Look what is on offer from the other side, as there will be a change in end after this over. Shot beautifully cut off the back foot. Chance of a run out. Throw is at the wrong end. Well, they're coming back for the second one. A misfield by the long on fielder. They're coming back for the third one. Well, this is comedy. Punched off the back foot. Ball went straight to the point fielder. There was a chance of a run out. He should have been gone at the wicket keeper's end. Instead, prefers to throw at the bowler's end. Throws the ball over the head of the bowler. Then the fielder backing up in the long on region does a misfielding. That should have been maximally a single. Goes for 3. Well, that's a good looking commanding shot from Avinil. Slightly overpitched from Junaid Khan, and he goes downtown. That's a very good shot. Very full in terms of length, and it was there in the arc for Avinil Kondu. Hits it very nicely straight down the ground. Wide of long on for a boundary. Score moves to 43. 43 for the loss of 7 after 9.5. This partnership going along nicely for Walkers. 13 of just 17 deliveries for Avinul Kunda, whereas 8 of 13 deliveries for MS. Rebuilding work on from this board to 8th wicket partnership. Pulled away. This protection in the deep, so it will only be a single. 12 runs coming off the 10th over by Junaid Khan. A good one for White Walkers. We are halfway through in the first innings. White Walkers are 44 for the loss of 7. Players will have drinks. There will be a change in end. We'll be right back after a very short drinks break. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Now Monu into the attack for Titans. Right arm pacer. He's quick through the air. Good height. Will get extra bounce. Fuller in terms of length. Yes and a no. Huge mix up. A good throw. Well. This was poor calling from both the batters. That was a very big mix up, but fortunate that the batter crossed over in time and mixed his ground. Well, that's been punched off the back foot, straight to the sweeper cover. It's a single. Monu, right arm fast bowler, 57 matches for him, 35 wickets, economy 7.42, best figures of 247, 4 runs so far of this over. Last ball of the over, 48 for 7 after 10.5. Well, this time beautifully guides it in the gully, straight to the short third. In fact, short gully, quick single. Both the batters making the ground nicely. Five singles coming off the 11th over. 49 for the loss of 7 after 11. Chandan Chaudhary now with the ball in hand. And the medium pacer with the ball for Titans. 21 matches for him, 25 wickets, economy 7.47, best figures of 3 for 13 for Chandan Chaudhary. Will be bowling the 12th over, 49 for 7. White Walkers after 11 overs. Partnership going along nicely between Avinil Kundu and MS. Partnership worth 27 of 29 deliveries. Chandan starts off with a very full delivery. In fact, it's a Yorker, very close to that off stump. Chandan balls in with a very short run up, but balls a quick delivery. Once again, a very full delivery, this time on the stumps, safely negotiated by Avinil. 49 for 7. Well, that's in the air, just over the point fielder. Sweeper cover will cut that off. Avinil Kundu looking for the big shot, gets the leading edge. Fortunate for him that the ball goes just over the point fielder, evades the fielder by not much. 50 is up for White Walkers. 50 for 7 in 11.3. That's a Yorker there. Avinil drives, but straight to the covers. Chandan Chaudhary, very accurate. That's a full delivery. MS swinging across the line. He should have been playing on the offside. Prefers to hike across the line. Gets no connection with the ball. It's a dot delivery. Last ball of the over. Well, that's beautifully clipped away. Will they come back for second? MS very keen to come back for the second. Avinil slow off the blocks but still will make it. 3 runs coming off the 12th one by Chandan Chaudhary. 52 for the loss of 7 Walkers. Monu will continue. 1 over 5 for none for Monu. Well, what exactly was that? Batter just moved across and just lets the ball go through. Wicketkeeper misfields. They're through for a single by signal by the umpire, but that was a very unorthodox shot from Avinil Kunda. It was the ball went over the stumps, but a very rare sight. Batter never leaves the ball in that sort of fashion. A slight misfield, but it will still be a single. Ball never went too far away from the deep fielder. Both the batters deciding against the second run. Well, that's in the air. Wicketkeeper settling underneath. Avinil early into the shot, and that ball never arrived. Just ballooned in the air, and wicketkeeper does exceedingly well. Had to move couple of steps away, and he does exceedingly well. Eighth one bites the dust for White Walkers. 54 for 8 after 12.3. New batter in is Abhinav in at number 10 for White Walkers. Very full delivery outside off stump. He drives, gets beaten, late on the shot. Munu with the wicket, getting rid of Avinal Kundu. Well, that's a length delivery. Abhinav just looking to guide that one. Gets beaten. That's a dot ball. Good over from Monu so far. Last ball of the over. That's a very full delivery. Abhinav looking to drive. Gets beaten. Three dots in a trot after a wicket to complete the over. A successful one from Monu after 13. 54 for the loss of 8. Chandan Chaudhary will continue. Starts off with a very full delivery, almost a Yorker. Chaudhary does exceedingly well in his follow through. That's a very soft dismissal. MS drives on the up and ends up straight in the hands of covers. Well, that was a good shot, but doesn't find the gap. Finds the fielder to the perfection. That's been the story so far for White Walkers. Partnership looked good between Avinil and the batter dismissed. But now both the batters back in the sheds. Good little partnership for 8th wicket, but now it's been broken. The 9 down for just 54 on the board. Krishna, the last man standing in for White Walkers, in at number 11. 113 matches for him, 171 runs, averaging just under 8, strike rate in excess of 61. He's a genuine number 11. Chandan Chaudhary gets the wicket. Once again, full delivery driven on the up. Good work there by the inner circle fielder, but cannot avoid the single. He was right at the edge. Both the batters making full use of that and crossing through for a single. Krishna gets off the mark at the very first delivery he faces. Well, now Chandan Chaudhary changing his angle, coming around the wicket for the left-hander Abhinav Bharadwaj, who's yet to get off the mark. 55 for 9 after 13.3 overs. White Walkers, Cosmos Titans, all over the batting unit of White Walkers. Well, that's a length delivery, punched off the back foot, straight to the long on fielder for a single. Good looking shot to get off the mark. Abhinav Bharadwaj there, who gets off the mark with a single. That's driven, but straight to the short cover. That's a dot ball. Good over from Chandar Chaudhary. 2 runs and a wicket so far of this over. Last ball of the over. That's a length delivery. Batter looking to cut at that one, but gets beaten. 2 runs and a wicket off the 14th over. White Walkers 56 for the loss of 9 after 14. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Now Rahul Devnath. Well, that was a good shout. Looked very full, but it might have been drifting down the leg. Well. What a ball that was from Rahul Devnath. Getting the ball to tail in for the left-hander with the angle. Missing the leg stump with not much. Back-to-back dot deliveries. He's a tall bowler. Rahul Devnath. Balls at good pace. Goes very full. Almost. Goes through the defense of the batter. Abhinav Bharadwaj somehow managing to get an inside edge. That ball raced away in the fine leg, nowhere there behind or inside the circle. So that's a boundary. Streaky, but White Walkers will take it. Score moves to 60. 60 for the loss of 9. Bharadwaj coming down the track and beautifully driving it right in between sweeper cover and long off. That ball raced across the surface very quickly. That ball moving like a tracer bullet on the surface. Back to back boundaries for White Walkers. This one much convincing from Abhinav Bharadwaj. Once again giving the charge to the bowler. Bowler adjusts but drifts one down. That's been signaled wide. Score moves to 65. Well, once again, a big shot. This time on the onside, beats the mid wicket towards his left. That's a boundary. Third one of the over. Well, Abhinav Bharadwaj getting better of Rahul Devnath. 13 already of the over, yet a delivery to be bowled. Score move to 69. Well, this is good hitting right at the tail. Abhinav Bharadwaj moves to 13 of just 9 deliveries. Well, that's been drifted down the leg. That's a wide delivery. Score moves to 70. Last ball of the over. Well, attempted Yorker that's been taken on the full, drifted, driven all along the carpet for a single. A successful over for batting team. 15 runs coming off the 15th over. White Walker 71 for the loss of 9 after 15. Munu now back into the attack. That's in the air. Will that be taken? Chance of a run out. Well, the bowler should have gone for that one. Abhinav coming down the track, not getting to the pitch of the ball, trying to defend. That ball ballooned in the air. Ample of time in the hands for the bowler to get underneath, but he doesn't go for the catch. Well, that's a length delivery. Abhinav looking to cut that one. Gets beaten. Poor effort in the field. Back to back dot deliveries to start off the over. All this time looking to play at that one. Get speed in on the outside edge. Abhinav Bharadwaj. Well, Monu is quick, bowling at good pace. He's got the rhythm going. Well, that's a slow one in the air, but lands in a no man. Abhinav will get a single. This is good deception from Monu. He's got an excellent back of the hand slow one. Abhinav there was way early into the shot. Fortunate that it lands in no man area. Well, that's a length delivery. Krishna looking to play that one. Gets completely done by the bounce. A good over from Monu. Only a single so far. 2.5 over. 7 for 1 so far for Monu. Last ball of the over. Well, that's a length delivery. Jagging back in. Wrapping the batter on the pad. Ball moves into the third man region. Leg by signal. Couple of runs to close out the over. 3 runs coming off the 16. White Walker 74 for the loss of 9 after 16 overs. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Now Nitin with his right arm. Off break. Coming around the wicket. That's a low full toss. Abhinav looking for the big shot. Gets the toe end of the bat. Ball moves all along the carpet in the deep for a single. 42 matches for Nitin. 24 wickets. Economy 8.64. Best figures of 4 for 23. Well, that's a bottom end of the bat. Ball not carrying to the slip. Who takes it on a bounce? That's a dot ball. Nitin now bowling leg break for the right hander. Well, that's a full toss, thigh high full toss. Worked away in the square leg for a single. This is good from both the batters, especially from Abhinav Bharadwaj, who's got 16 or 15 deliveries. Krishna happy to play the second lead. Just handing over the strike to the lefty. Well, he goes for a big shot. Will he clear the deep fielder? No, he doesn't. Well, what a cause that was. Right at the edge of the boundary. That ball was going over, but Vishwakumar has the other ideas. Takes an excellent catch. Vishwas Kumar right at the edge to wrap up the inning for White Walkers. White Walkers, after being put into bat first by Titans, got bundled out for just 76. 77 will be the target for Titans when they come out to chase. We'll be right back after a very short innings break. Do catch us on the other side.
Welcome back after the break. We're back with the run chase. Vivek Curry to start the proceeding with the ball for. And on the other hand, Cosmos Titans need just 76 runs to win this match. Kaushal Rajput and Vishwas Kumar out in the center. Oh, there was a chance that should have been taken. That was a regulation catch. The bowler in his follow through didn't anticipate that. He left the ball alone and it's gone to the boundary. So Vishwas Kumar with a boundary. Both these two batters are very good at the top of the order for the Cosmos Titans. Vishwas and Kaushal. Healthy average for both these two batters. High in the 30s and also a very good strike rate. Vivek started off short in this over. Walked away easily. Shot again, pulled away, and it's gone to the boundary. First it was Vishwas, now Kaushal joins the party as well, hitting that one cleanly in the gap to get that boundary. The score moves to 10. Short ball again and put away in the gap. Three boundaries in the over. What an over. This is an eventful over comes to an end. After the first over, it's 14 without loss. Krishna, the man taking the new ball with Vivek, a little shorter in length. Vishwas rightly behind that one. A very ordinary first over from Vivek. Went for 14. That sums up the day for the White Walkers. They've been bundled out for just 75. They couldn't get going. They've been put under pressure from the word go. There were some partnerships in the lower order that helped them to reach to 75. At one moment they were 5 for just 10 runs on the board. Edge, and it's a boundary. No chance for the third man fielder to cut that off. So fortune favors the brave. Vishwas gets a boundary, looking to hit that one through the covers. Gets the outside edge and just wide of the keeper and the third fielder. So boundaries continues to come for the Cosmos Titans. They'll be mighty pleased with what they have seen as of now. The Cosmos Titans. They were very clinical with the ball. Now their batters are doing it rather easily with the bat as well. Just 59 required. Should be a cakewalk for them from here on if they continue to bat like this. But anything can happen in cricket. We have seen strange things happen earlier. So they still have to be very focused. Short ball, cut away. There is a fielder at deep point. Five runs off this over. Much better from Krishna. In swinger. And nicely played by Kaushal. Straight back to the bowler. Dot ball to finish the over. After 2 overs, it's 19 without loss. Change in bowling. Amartya Bharadwaj, the left arm quick into the attack. Starts off with a full toss and has been greeted with a pretty looking cover drive from Vishwas Kumar. The ball swung away. It went away from the batter, but nicely out of the middle of the bat of Vishwas Kumar. These two enjoying themselves out in the center. That swung away from the bowler's hand, but away from the batter's bat as well. Down the leg side. Yes, to reball that one. Nicely hit. Straight back past the bowler. The fielder at mid off got a hand to it, but it's still going away to the boundary. Good effort. That's good effort from the fielder at mid on. Saurabh the man got a hand to it. The batsman easily comes back for the second. That was hit very hard by Vishwas. Textbook stuff from Vishwas. Gets on top of the bounce and handsomely driven. Luckily for the bowler that the fielder at mid on was very, very straight for that kind of shot. Slip out now. Moves it to point. There's a man at deep point as well. Cut away. Went straight to the backward point fielder now. Chance of a run out, but the fielder couldn't collect that one cleanly. So a single. Short ball cut away, and the ball is racing away wide of the point fielder. Good effort. Stopped a certain boundary there, the fielder. That's brilliant effort. 10 out of 10 for that effort. But the batter easily comes back for the second. End of the third over, it's 30 without loss. Krishna to continue, and it's a beautiful cover drive again to start the over. What a shot this is from Kaushal. Earlier it was Vishwas who played a beautiful cover drive in the last over. This over, Kaushal says, if you can do it, I can do it as well. In the air and taken. Saurabh, the man at long on, makes no mistake. Attacked the ball, caught it very cleanly to get rid of Kaushal. And it's the first wicket has gone down for the Cosmos Titans. 34 for 1. New batsman in is Pratik and he gets off the mark with a boundary. What a good looking shot. Just a little shot and that's all it required. Boundary to get off the mark. Good punch, but straight to the fielder at mid off. Dot ball to close the over. End of a successful over. 8 runs coming off that over and a wicket as well. 38 for 1 after 4. Misfield and they'll come back for the second here. Should have been a single. Good bowling this is from Amartya in this over. That was right in the block hole. Nicely played out by Pratik as well. Single to deep mid wicket. fielder at deep point is very busy. There have been a lot of balls went in his way. So single to close the over. After 5 overs, it's 43 for 1. Extra bounce, but nicely controlled by Pratik Karia. So far, so good in this over from Krishna. Just 2 runs in this over. So Krishna has been very good with his line and length. He has got a wicket as well. 2.5 overs, 15 runs, and a wicket to his name. Oh, what a beautiful ball that is. It has beaten everyone. First the batter and then the keeper. Caught everyone by surprise. Spies for signal by the umpire. After 6 overs, it's 49 for 1. Amartya to continue. 2 overs. Went for 16, Amartya. Power play done and dusted. Cosmos Titans got 49 for 1. So they've won this power play. Sweeper cover. Deep mid wicket. Cow corner. Long on. Long off in place. Good running between the wickets. Tap and run for Pratik. Abhinav Bharadwaj introduced into the attack. Pardon, it was not Amartya, it was Abhinav who started the proceeding after the power play. Abhinav Bharadwaj, very experienced bowler. 43 matches, 37 wickets, economy just touch under 8. Is mixing it up, slow one, but nicely picked up by the bowler batter Vishwas Kumar. In the block hole. This is good bowling from Abhinav. He saw the batsman coming forward. Short and wide, looking to cut that one, gets the outside edge, went straight to the short third fielder. Single to long on. So 3 runs coming off that over after 7 overs. It's 52 for 1. Still 25 required. MS into the attack. Started off with a single. Through the covers, but there is a fielder there, so it will be a dot ball. Short ball cut away. The fielder at sweeper cover. Oh, he made the mess of it. He lets it go through. The ball went between his legs. So Vishwas with the boundary. The score moves to 57. Now just 20 required. Good shot. Again a misfield, but this time it will not cost them much. That will be called a wide. Slower one and nicely played by the bowler batter as well. So he's mixing it up a miss. He knows that the batsman would be looking to give him some biggies. So he's just anticipating that in the air. Yes and no, but nicely sent back by the bowler, the non-striker, which is the right call because the ball went straight to the fielder. So 6 runs coming off that over. After 8 overs, it's 58 for one. Abhinav Bharadwaj to continue. Short ball to start, cuts away, gets a single. So they're doing it in singles at the moment. The Cosmos Titans, they know that it's their game to win from here on. They can afford to do it in singles. The required run rate is just 1.52. The camp, the batting has collapsed very badly for the short ball cut away. This time the fielder will cut it off, so it will be a single. The batting has collapsed very badly for the White Walkers. They at one stage they were reeling at 14 for 7. The lower order has shown some courage. Nicely played. There was a big gap between point and short third, and what the batter has done, Pratik has done smartly, is just opens the face of the bat to guide that one between the two fielder to get that boundary. Edge, and it will go to the third man boundary. So streaky, but still Pratik will take it. First time it was towards the right of the third fielder, and then when he moves it a little wider, it went towards his left this time. So 2 into boundaries. First one was an intentional one, but this one was more of an outside edge. Still 9 required. Pulled away. There is a fielder. They will cut it off. So single for Pratik Karya. 11 runs coming off that over after 9 overs. It's 69 for 1. Slow one, a little shorter in length. Nicely punched off the back foot. He'll come back for the second. MS looking to take the pace off. Balled a little shorter, which allowed the batter that extra bit of time to rock back on the back foot and place it in the gap. Still 5 required. Much better from MS. Big hoik across the line. Hint of away movement, and the batter was completely off target. Wide this time. Down the ground. There is a fielder in the deep, so it will be a single. Still 3 required. Last ball of the 10th over coming up. Nicely bowled. Dot ball to finish the over. 5 runs coming off that over after 10 overs. It's 74 for 1. Vivek back into the attack. Bowled the first over. Went for 14. Coming back for his second over. Full toss, looking to play the big shot. There is a fielder in the deep, and the fielder lets it go through. The ball is racing away to the square leg boundary. Will it go to the boundary? No, it will not. They'll come back for the second. Vishwas, the man on strike, 33 of 31 balls. Full toss over the covers. Might not go all the way. That's it for the Cosmos Titans. Successful chase. White Walkers, after winning the toss, putting up just 76 runs on the board. In reply, a comfortable, a thumping victory for the Cosmos Titans. They chased this down in just 10.3 overs with 9 wickets in hand. Congratulations to the Cosmos Titans. And we have a very dominating victory for the Cosmos Titans here in this league match. Man of the match is Pushpendra Meena for his brilliant bowling performance. 2 overs, 9 runs, 3 wickets for Pushpendra Meena. That's all we have for this match. Do join us for the next match after